Hello, welcome to So Much to Talk About, and we're here at the Jimmy V Classic. My pleasure to have head coach of the Kansas State Wildcats, Coach Frank Martin. Pleasure to have you on.
Pleasure's mine.
And I wanted to ask you about just this season in the Big 12. So many talented teams. Like, which teams do you think are underrated? Are underrated or under the radar that can really give you difficulty?
Yeah, Big 12 is a real difficult league. It's even last year. We had 3 teams in the top 10 in the country going into the NCAA tournament, and and it's powerful. Kansas is as good a team as there is in the country, and in Texas they had all those young kids last year. Now they're a little grown, even though they don't have Durant, but it's okay. Everyone else is a little better player. So, but then you continue to go down the league, and you look. I tend to look at a lot of the coaches that are there. Rick Barnes has won everywhere he's been and won big. Coach Knight. What can you say about him? He's the greatest coach of all time. And then you look at Doc Sadler. Doc Sadler's won everywhere, not just won, but won big everywhere he's coached. And you look at Greg McDermott, what he did at Northern Iowa, and then you look at Mike Anderson in Missouri and what he did when he was at UAB and his system was in place. And you continue going on down the league, and you've got tremendous systems and different people that coach different ways, but for the most part, they all win.
I hate to ask you to look into the future of the next year. How's your recruiting class for 2008 going so far?
It's going great. It's going great. Being in situations like this today, only thing it does is it improves your chances of recruiting. It's putting ourselves in the position to play in a national television game and in front of so many great people at the Garden in New York City. Kids want to be a part of that, and we're excited to be able to continue to do this kind of things.
Anyone has given verbal commitments?
No, not yet. We chose not to sign anybody until the spring, and it's just kind of the path that we're taking for certain reasons. But we're happy with where we're at right now.
And we're working with Coach Bob Huggins. Like, what were the things that you learned from him being his assistant?
Coach is a dear friend, and I've spent the last 18 years or so, just spending quality time with him, and then I've been lucky for the last 3 to work directly with him before this year. And he's a special person, and I can tell you what I've learned from him, that playing hard and losing is not acceptable, and that's something that I understand. I understood that before I got into college, and that's the way I was at the high school level, and being around them reinforced me that that's the way it should be at the collegiate level also.
And one more question about Michael Beasley. Well, the sky's the limit for him. I mean, how great can he become, you think, in the next level eventually?
Yeah, I'm extremely happy for him because he's such a great kid. He's a wonderful person, loves to win, cares about winning, cares about people. He's a heck of a teammate. He's going to, with the help of the good Lord up there, he's going to continue to grow as a player and as a person. I can tell you this, if coaching a career is full of coaching guys like Michael Beasley, not just the talented kid, but the person Michael Beasley, then I'm going to have a heck of a career.
Coach Martin, appreciate your time on So Much to Talk About. Appreciate your passion, and I know Kansas State is definitely going to make some noise in the Big 12 this year. That's for sure.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Pleasure, sir.
Okay, you got it.
Your impressions of Jimmy V and what he meant to you and how he inspired you as a coach.
It's an honor for us to be here. I met Jimmy V when he was recruiting Douglas Edwards, a young man that played for me in high school. And
he went on to Florida State.
Absolutely. And I can't tell you what an inspirational person Coach Valvano was. That whole ESPN speech, that's what his life was all about on a daily basis. And I can tell you that I was around Coach Valvano on 3 different occasions for an extended period of time. And he always made me feel like he and I have been best of friends since we were like little kids. And I can't think of too many people that have more passion for life than he did. And I can tell you, I feel lucky that in my lifetime I was able to spend some time with him.